Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Position Podcast. Williams are bringing upgrades as well into Zandvoort, but the Williams they're so far behind that I think these upgrades aren't gonna let them go higher or anything. I think it's just gonna level them with the midfield. Not, I don't even think level. Honestly, I think it's too much hype they're bringing in. I don't think it's really gonna help them a lot. I think it's just gonna bring them back into the midfield because it's looking pretty bad for Williams. Honestly, it's looking really bad. Aston Martin are faster than them. Cadillac are faster than them, and Carlos, off the back of a very, very, very bad Hungarian Grand Prix, obviously the collision with Oscar. So it's bad. Very, very bad. And Carlos, he's just not doing that good. And it's a practice session, like we talked about in the Aston Martin. It's only one practice session in Zandvoort. It's going to be hard to test those upgrades because they only have one session to really test them. They can use sprint qualifying to help, but that it's an event, it's a session that's gonna decide the order for the sprint. So I don't think they would risk a bad session just because of upgrades. So Williams are that behind. Other teams, Alpine, Haas, Racing Bulls, VCarb, they're also bringing upgrades. So really, at the end, they'll just be exactly where they were. So unless their upgrades work like a charm, which I really highly doubt they will. But yeah, that's a lot of pressure on them. And this season, 2026, I think it's just a season now at this point to get back to where they were. Just don't humiliate themselves at this point because they've had a very, very, very disappointing season. They stopped upgrading their car from 2025 midway throughout the season in order to help develop the 2026 car. And even though they did all that, it didn't really help. Honestly, it didn't help. The car was overweight. It's not good for them. So it's not really good. And they're also not doing that good in the standings. So it's a lot of pressure on them. I think it's gonna be a lot of pressure, and they have a lot of mechanical challenges already, which I really think it's gonna be not that good for them. I think they also have struggles with the chassis. They're not in a good position, and I don't think that the being of one practice session is really going to help them either. Because if they don't get it in this practice session, the upgrades aren't coming in for the entire weekend. I don't think so. So Williams are in a tough position. If they keep continuing to bring upgrades in and just consistent upgrades, consistent developments, it could change their season around. It really could. Let's move on to a bigger team. Let's move on to Ferrari. So Ferrari are introducing their third major aerodynamic upgrade package into Zandvoort, going into Zandvoort, and they already have a very, very, very strong chassis right now. So they could very well be on the top after a disappointing weekend in Hungary. I think their hopes are probably not that strong right now, but it's a major upgrade package. It's a major aero package. If it goes well, they can definitely beat Mercedes here. They also have an upgrade package into Zandvoort, and we'll talk about that later. But I think that it's a very aggressive high downforce package, by the way. Stronger package. I think it's relating to their chassis. Loic Serra, he said that Ferrari is flexing its manufacturing muscle by bringing a third foundational aerodynamic package so early in the season. And this package could change things. It could turn the table over, I think. I think that if Ferrari can get this package correct, if they can get it how their simulator says it's going to be like, they can definitely outpace Mercedes. Like 100%, they could definitely outpace Mercedes here. The package targets cornering efficiency and overall grip. This could be really, really good. And especially the grip, they're going to need a lot of grip, especially the tight, twisty nature of the Zandvoort circuit. It's going to help them a lot. It's really going to help them a lot. I think this can work really well for them if they can get it right. They're going to get more power. They're going to get a power upgrade, the engine upgrade into Monza as well, featuring a redesigned turbocharger to eliminate Ferrari's straight line speed deficit. That straight line speed deficit is really the only thing that's holding them back right now. Because Mercedes, they're so good in the straight line speed that Ferrari are losing all their times on the straights and gaining them back in the corners, getting the time back. But in tracks where there's more straights and less corners, it's going to hurt them. And Zandvoort's kind of a mid track like that, but if they go to Monza and they don't have that straight line upgrade, Mercedes is definitely going to be faster. Mercedes are 100% going to be faster because their straight line speed, the aero, that is helping Mercedes a lot, I think. And that's the only really main problem the Ferrari has. And they're getting an engine upgrade with a redesigned turbo so they don't have that straight line speed deficit now into Monza. Not into Zandvoort, remember, they're going to still have a little bit less power into Zandvoort, but into Monza, which is a track where you need energy in that track. I mean, like super clipping, it's gonna be really crazy. Lewis Hamilton, he is in that position to win the championship. Kimi is definitely the favorite, I think, but Ferrari's rapid gains being their new aero major upgrade into Zandvoort and the power upgrade into Monza. Just keep on winning, The Ferrari are definitely in the title fight right now. So we have to keep an eye out for Ferrari. If those aero upgrades work, then it could be really good for them. Let's move on to Mercedes now. Mercedes. Mercedes have a pretty big upgrade package to fend off Ferrari, but I don't it's not as big as Ferrari. They won't most likely they won't be able to fend Ferrari off because how strong this Ferrari car is now really. And if Ferrari keep consistently developing upgrades, that car is going to be strong. I really think that the Ferrari will be faster than the Mercedes at one point this season. But Mercedes, they do have an upgrade. I don't think it's going to be enough. I really don't think it's going to be enough because the Ferrari chassis and just the overall car, the floor, it's really strong. It's very strong. The Mercedes, this is not a tweak, it's a major development that they've been working on for quite some time. So it's more about aero and chassis, just because the Ferrari chassis is so good and Mercedes need to rival that. Like they need to rival that if they want to keep going. Yes, Kimi actually outperformed Ferrari in Hungary, but that's because it's not because they weren't fast. It's because they, like usual, didn't pull off a good strategy. But I think if they can finally work their strategy well into Zandvoort, they can definitely beat Mercedes. Like they're gonna go more just engine, 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 because the tracks are coming up: Mexico, Texas, Monza, really long straights. You need power. You need battery efficiency. Obviously, there's going to be more confirmation about the team's plans as we move along and go closer to the race weekend. But the team's plans for now are to bring more substantial performance parts to Zandvoort to rival Ferrari mainly. So yeah, let's move on to the last few ones. Let's go to McLaren. So McLaren, they're just pushing their targeted development now and just moving along the development path that they were hoping to move along into Zandvoort. Their new parts are to improve low speed cornering. We saw the last sector in Hungary. The McLaren was awful, really awful for the final corner. The McLaren was so bad, so bad. That's where Lando lost a chunk of his time on his first Q3 lap. So that's what these upgrades are targeting now because Zandvoort has a lot of low speed cornering. Turn three, the big banking. It's going to be tough for them. Consistency is key in this season for upgrades. They need to keep upgrading to fight for wins. More info will be confirmed as we get closer to the race weekend as well. So thank you everyone for staying in and listening on this podcast. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.